Hello everybody and welcome to a Hopping Hat video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the most American thing there is. No, it's not obesity, it's state flags. Every state in the United States has its own state flag, and I'm going to rank all 50 of them from worst to best. The only rule is that I'm judging these flags based purely on how they look. Not how well they represent the state or what part of the state's history is represented, no. It's just how good they look. And just as a fair warning, I would say 35 out of the 50's flags should definitely be changed because they're horrible. So if you see anything that physically harms your eyes, just go on WebMD and search eye cancer and you should be fixed in no time. Alright, let's do this thing. Number 50, Maryland. It's like if dysentery was a flag. 49, Virginia. There is no way that I could ever tell that this is Virginia. And also, it says Sic Semper Tyrannis. That is what John Wilkes Booth shouted after he killed Lincoln. Why is that on a state flag? 48, Mississippi. At first glance, you might say, hey, you know what? This isn't that bad. Like, there are so many other state flags that look worse. And I would agree. Except, look at this corner. There are two white lines that are so close to being filled up. Move it over, move it down, fix it. I hate it. 47, Nevada. I actually kind of like this one, but it's pretty bad if I'm being honest. The blue is like really bright, like it hurts to look at it. And then I don't know why the symbol is on the corner instead of just in the middle. So if you could change that, and also change it so it doesn't say Battle Born, it says Battle Royale, then we're good. 46, Illinois. Okay, so the Illinois flag is hot garbage. I like the art and all, but I hate this stupid white background and then all this clip art that they were able to find. There's this totally wonky eagle, and he has banners coming out of his mouth, but it makes it look like he has a mustache. Like, one's coming out of the top beak, one's coming out of the bottom. It's awful. It's terrible. It looks like the bird is about to throw up, which is what I want to do after staring at the Illinois flag for this long. 45, Idaho. There's so much going on this stupid seal. There's a man, there's a woman, there's a deer, there's a State Farm logo. It's just not good. 44, Michigan. This one just makes me laugh. I mean, look at this elk and this moose. It's so funny. And also, I think you spelled tumor wrong. 43, Massachusetts. Ugh. Number 42, Kentucky. Kentucky. You are a state, not a freaking commonwealth. Heck you, Kentucky. Yeah, I said it. 41, New Jersey. I respect that New Jersey tried something different, that they didn't go for just this blue that everybody else went for. Instead, they have a different color background. But instead of doing blue, they did jaundice. The Hawaii flag is stupid. Why does it have the British flag if it's an American state? Get with the times, Hawaii. And also, every time I ever go to a state competition, the Hawaii guys are super mean. And so, you know, I gotta step up for my other Polynesian boys. What up, my Kiwis? 39, South Dakota. I like that it's not the dark blue, but that's the worst font for any flag I've ever seen. I stand corrected. 38, Maine. Okay, so the next bunch of flags are just blue with a logo of the state in the middle of it. So let's kick things off with the worst one, Maine. Other states have cool seals on their flag, but Maine has a clip art tree and a beaver. So 37, North Dakota. This is the wonkiest eagle I've ever seen. Just look at his neck. It's like if the Illinois eagle tried to take flight while holding a mistletoe and a bunch of Slim Jims. 36, New York. Look at it! Look at it! The sun has a face on it. Oh, it's so bad. 5, Vermont. Vermont is like if you took what was on the Maine flag and the Idaho flag, and you mixed together the worst parts, but somehow made it slightly better, but it still doesn't work. 34, Nebraska. I really do like the plain gold and the blue design, but it just doesn't stand out enough. Really? That's all we wrote for this one? We don't have a joke or anything? Come on! 33, Utah. I think Utah has one of the coolest seals. The eagle is easily one of the best ones on any of the flags, and it does have a cool design, but it's still a seal on a blue background. I mean, I'm biased because I love things that start with UT and end with AH, but this is where I have to draw the line. 32, Kansas. It just says Kansas. 31, Montana. It just says Montana. 30, Minnesota. It just says Minnesota, and I'm sorry I'm such a disappointment to my state. 29, Connecticut. The Connecticut flag is what you get when you search mediocrity into Google. 28, Pennsylvania. I give Pennsylvania some props for not having the word Pennsylvania on its state, but at the same time, I always misspell Pennsylvania. Heck, I misspelled it 6 times in this script. So I mean, maybe if they put Pennsylvania on the state, I would see the word Pennsylvania more, and then I would learn how to spell Pennsylvania. and then I wouldn't have failed 7th grade English. Can you sue a state for making you fail English? 27. Instead of letting West Virginia have a flag, what if we just made them have a speaker that constantly plays Country Roads? That would be much more entertaining and a lot better than this flag, because the flag's not great. 26. Delaware. I think that Delaware could have an amazing flag. They have some really cool design things here. There's a man, there's a woman, there's some stuff going down, but that green is like a terrible green. It's just bad. And also, you don't need to put the date of your statehood on your flag. Like we get it, Delaware, you're the first state, but that's literally all you are. So do something else. 25, New Hampshire. I really like that ship in the middle. Like I just want to climb aboard and I just want to... But hey, can I change it a little bit? I feel like we can make this one a lot better. See, all we have to do is just... 24, Oregon. Oregon's front side isn't my favorite. It's just more of Nebraska with the gold and the blue, but I do really like it. But then when you turn the flag over, it has 2 sides. You want to see what's on the other side of the Oregon flag? It's this freaking beaver. It's amazing. 23, Washington. It's not awful, but it's really not good. I do like the green, and that's about it. 22, Florida. Okay, so I was researching for this video, and I found this one site where they talk about state flags, and this comment is just so golden that I have to share it. Florida should just replace all its terrible flags with LED screens programmed to broadcast 24-hour Amber Alerts. I laughed longer than I should have after reading that. 21, Iowa. Iowa is okay. It's decent. But it's just like if you took the French flag and slapped Iowa on it. It's the most American thing there is. 20, Wisconsin. So some people actually really hate this flag. I think it's pretty bad too. So why is it at number 20? It's because it's so forgettable, I forgot this flag existed. And I went through my whole list and then I found out, wait, I am missing a state. And so I found that the only blank spot I had was 20, and I put Wisconsin at 20 because I'm too lazy to move around the rest of the script. So thank goodness, Wisconsin, your flag is so forgettable that you just went up a bunch of places. This would have been in the bottom 10, seriously. But Wisconsin, your flag was saved due to my stupidity, so take that to heart. 19, North Carolina. It's alright, but I really think it could be better. I don't love the banner here, and I think the N and C are like a little too far spread apart. It's also just too similar to Texas, so maybe change it. You're on my heck list with Kentucky. Yeah, that's right, don't cross me. You're on the border too, Wisconsin. 18, Oklahoma. This flag could be so much better if they just didn't use the most radioactive blue background they could. Yikes. 17, Missouri. And it has 2 bears tangoing, so that's something. 16, Georgia. Okay, so this one isn't amazing. So you're probably thinking, why is it up so high? And for this one, it's because look at the flag of Georgia from 2001. It has pictures of the other flags of Georgia on their flag. Georgia, you get the most improved award. You went from sin to acceptable. 15, Indiana. We're getting to the flags that actually look good. I love Indiana's flag. There's all these cool stars, there's a torch. It really does stand out with the other blue flags. But I mean, they could remove Indiana. I think it's iconic enough that they don't actually need the name there. 14, Rhode Island. The white background here really does stand out against the other white backgrounds. I said that I don't like the white backgrounds, but with this one, I think the anchor just makes up for it. And again, I love the gold, I love the blue, I do really like it. So good job, James Rhode Island, you've done it. 13, Louisiana. Okay, so it's another blue border, but this one has so much character that I'm willing to let it go. The one thing that I'm wondering is, what the heck are those red spots on the mother pelican? I can't tell what they are. Are they Swedish fish? Is it ketchup? Or are the 3 birds pecking their moms so much for food that they just started, the mom starts bleeding out and the birds are actually committing homicide against their mother? I would put this flag at number 1 if Louisiana clarified and said, yes, that is exactly what's happening in our state flag. It would also represent Louisiana pretty well. 12, Arkansas. I like this one. Alright, Fortnite time. 11, Ohio. Ohio's flag is really different compared to all the other state flags. It has this weird pennant shape instead of an actual rectangle like most other things. It's basically the one of its kind. We're in the top 10 now with number 10, Alabama. I don't like the white backgrounds, but this one works. It's just so iconic, and I think it really represents Sweet Home Alabama. But if they did have a reference to the Bee Movie, that'd be nice too.
That girl was hot.
She's my cousin.
She is?
Yes, we're all cousins.
Number 9, Tennessee. I mean, I guess people don't like this flag, but honestly, I do really like it. The stars in the middle just kind of works for me. There's no Elvis on the flag, but it's passable. 8, Texas. Texas is just so iconic that I have to put it here. I'm also afraid that if I don't put Texas in the top 10, then some tattooed motorcyclist with a machete might come into my house in the night and kill me. Number 7, Wyoming. The seal inside of this buffalo is really lame, but other than that, I love this flag. It does stand out and it represents Wyoming pretty well, I feel like. But why does this count as a state flag? Everyone knows Wyoming doesn't exist. Number 6, South Carolina. I'm not in love with this flag like some others are, but I will admit it looks pretty good. And I mean, it doesn't say South Carolina on it, so take notes, Montana. Number 5, Colorado. People say that the C looks like Pac-Man, and I mean it does, but it also just looks really nice. I feel like it just is a really, really good flag. And it's not just because I finished my 12th Pac-Man fanfic, okay? Number 4, California. The bear here looks sick. It has just the right colors to redeem that white background. So good job, California. Now please change your state's anthem to California Girls. Please and thank you. Number 3, Arizona. Arizona? That's one of the coolest names for a state. Zimbabwe, eat your heart out. Number 2, Alaska. I mentioned before that I don't love the blue backgrounds, but I do really like the gold. And Alaska's just works. It stands out, it's a good symbol for Alaska, and it's not. 43, Massachusetts. Ugh. And finally, at number 1, New Mexico. It has a yellow background, it has a red symbol in the middle, and the red symbol, I can clearly tell, just represents New Mexico. It just looks so good, it's so symmetrical, and it's just really iconic. Well, thank goodness. Now that that's over, I'm gonna start designing my own state flag. Okay, so for the state of Hopping Hat, let's have a green background with a hat on the side, and then how about like a subscribe button on the right side? Cool. Ooh. Let's throw in a picture of Michael Jordan just to round it all out. Ah, perfect. But I think it's still missing something. Oh, I got it. What if I throw in a... Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I did that on purpose, don't judge me. If you do have suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comments below. We're so close to 10,000. Please give me 10,000, that's all I want my whole life, please, please. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will remember you all in therapy.